Okay everybody, so it's the day after I caught the Lake Carolina swarm, and the homeowner just called me, and guess what? There's another swarm, a cast-off swarm. So headed my way back out there to Lake Carolina to pick up this second swarm. To pick up the second swarm, and we're gonna get it in the box and bring it back to Walker Bee Ranch so they can have a nice forever home. And I've got some people coming out there, or actually another person that want to be a new beekeeper that's gonna give us a hand and follow along, and we'll have better footage on this one because I'm doing the video, and and we'll see you guys soon. Hey everybody, back again. And we've got a cast-off swarm. It's a little tiny swarm, but came prepared. And another beekeeper met me out here. Go ahead and...
Hi, I'm Chapin. So I'm an aspiring beekeeper, so thanks Bob for letting me tag along. And thanks to the Vasalos.
And again, we'll get closer today than I did yesterday, so I don't have to zoom it in. This is the Vasalo family, and Holly is their next door neighbor. Okay guys, so this is a little tiny swarm, just a secondary cast-off swarm. I mean, very small. I could literally put it in my hand. So Her Majesty is in there somewhere, and we're gonna clip that little branch and put it on the box. A bunch of bees have already started collaborating on me, and in the box with the, oh, look at all these bees right here on me. And I've got Swarm Commander, I've got him on my fingers right now. So we're gonna get some footage. I put Swarm Commander as a couple old frames in there, so it's got some scent, some brood, and we're gonna go ahead and get this done for you. Let me get my tripod. All right everybody, so right now, let me just move this for you. I just have some Swarm Commander on the box. I haven't even messed with it, and some old frame, and they're getting pretty attracted to it and me at this point because of the scent. I'm just gonna go up there and clip that branch and bring it right down here to the box. At least that's the plan. Where is it? Move the ladder. And they're flying all on the...
Yeah, get some close-up action.
Look at, they're already fanning over here.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. Is that
spreading pheromone?
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, are they spreading that to kind of...
They're like, hey, we got us a box that used to have brood in it. But they're liking me right now, so as long as this thing don't fall on my head. I would like to catch her, but... All right, guys, so we just moved it to the box. It looks like they're fanning kind of voraciously. Look at that, big words from a beekeeper. So I think part of our job as beekeepers is to try to share as much knowledge as we can, because it's kind of becoming a dying art, and the need for giving bees a good home. And you know, yeah, they'll get a good home in the wild, but the problem is we make sure they've got food and that they're taken care of. Obviously this isn't a tree, this isn't what they would have picked necessarily, but they, look at that, already most of the bees have left this altogether, and they're fanning. So I didn't even see the queen, but they're really fanning right now. I could probably just set this outside and they would go in, but I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure there's no queen in there. I'd love to see her. Not really necessary. Let's get some in the air here. Really don't want to get off of there, do they?
Yeah.
All right, this is, let's see how many times Bob can get stung with a miniature swarm. No. Most of the time, I didn't see her, but when I put this on the box, she might have just immediately went down because all of these bees right here, sitting on top, are really fanning pheromone scent.
It means come save the queen. Come,
Yep.
Come on
And
down.
I did have an added benefit today that I didn't have yesterday, is I've got some old comb that used to have baby bees in it, and some of it actually has some dead bees in it. So that scent is in there really strong. So what they're gonna do now is they'll go in there and they'll clean all of those cells out. And they'll drag the dead pupae and everything out the front and clean it up so the queen can start to lay. But what has happened with the other swarms I've caught this last week is I had full frames like that and I put sugar water on it. They filled every single cell with sugar water. So it's something that they store away. Then after they store it, and I'm not talking about just sugar where I picked the frame up today and turned it, none of it ran out. So they've already started dehydrating it into their honey, even though it's not legitimate honey like they would have got from flowers. But then on the second day after that, they started to bring in pollen bags. So the main thing from what I'm gathering, like I told you on the phone earlier, was that I'm the science nerd, right? So I want to know not only what they're doing, why they're doing it, how they're doing it. And everyone that I see on YouTube says, okay, well, let's go ahead and capture this swarm and then we'll come and see it in a week, you know, and you just don't know at that point. You just don't know at that point what's going on, the stages. I want to know the stages of the swarm. So the first day, they get used to the box. The second day, first to second day, they're really just taking in nectar and pollen stores if they have frames to put it in. Otherwise, they're drinking it and starting to build wax comb.
Yeah, I can see one sticking its proboscis in already and starting to clean itself. And...
Yeah, they will immediately.
Yeah.
But they're really fanning like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anybody at the front entrance because obviously we've got the top open, right? Mm-hmm. And like yesterday, the swarm we caught yesterday, had I waited longer, by the time we were leaving, the scout bees were coming back and doing waggle dances on the box, and then bees started to try to come back out.
And you're like, ah!
So the queen couldn't get out, so they weren't going anywhere. But they are really, really fanning. Let me stop this. They are fanning the scent. Again, this isn't a big swarm, but we don't know how many scouts are out there either, so.
Now this might sound like a silly question, but how likely, there probably wouldn't be really any drones in this at all, right?
I haven't seen a drone yet, but yes, I've caught drones in a swarm, and a lot of times what I've been told is that a virgin queen will actually mate in the swarm cluster with the drones. But they're just checking the box out. They don't know what to take of it yet. And I'm gonna have to readjust these when we get home anyway.
Bee space.
Yeah, it's gonna shift in the car. And they're like, hey, wait a minute, something's moving, something's happening.
No feng shui just yet.
Yeah. But they are fanning. They're not really going anywhere. There's some in the air, but
Look at these two exchanging right here. They were doing a little bit of a taste test there, it looked like.
and it helps. I mean, I bought a couple old hives from somebody out in Leesville, and these frames here were from their old hives. That's why you can see the wax moth damage. They just left them sitting out. But looks like they're clustering towards you there.
Yeah. Nice. Sprayed that lovely lemongrass scent. They're so beautiful. Those two are exchanging.
Yeah, and we're sitting here in a cloud of bees, and whoop, and no stings yet. So don't spray bee clusters when you see them in the tree. Call a local beekeeper, and we'll get them out, more than likely. And how therapeutic is this? Just listening to that buzz. All right, so let's throw the lid on it and see if we can get these flying bees. The one that just bumped off my head here. Try to. All right, this is a trick I've just learned. I just taught myself. If you put it on the side like that and slide it across very slowly, they will actually try to get out of the way or get out of the box, one of the two. Because there's not a whole lot of bee space on this, on the top. I don't like to hear that little crunch. All right, let's. Not only do I not like to hear the crunch, I don't want to squish a bee.
Look at this one hanging.
Yeah, he's hanging and fanning for his life. Look at that, just going to town. All right, so now these flying bees will have to find the entrance hole down here. So since this was, I mean, literally it was a tiny cluster, what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna close that down. So that's a queen excluder. So the queen, assuming she's in there, obviously they would have had one. They'll find that hole right there and go in. See, fanning.
Now, would you ever spray like more of like that lemongrass stuff on the front to kind of bring them in at all, or
you could,
let them do it?
But from what I've been told is that the if it's too strong, they don't like it.
Oh, okay.
Because they assume that it's a strong colony or something in there, and then they don't go. But
so less is more.
yep, just they really, when you're setting a swarm trap, they tell you to put like a couple drops on a Q-tip or something, and put it in there. All right, ladies, you got to figure this out. There's just not that many bees, but they should be able to start smelling the. They'll get closer. They'll land on the box. The one thing that we didn't have any marchers to tell. I'm just trying to look to make sure there's still some up by the branch and over there. It might be a good idea. I'm going to try to set the box up on top of the ladder because it's a little bit closer to where they were.
Look at this one doing. This one started to look like it was doing a little bit of a waggle for a second, or no?
Might be. Look, they're starting to walk down this way.
Walk this way.
I made the mistake of taping it up too early yesterday.
Oop, there they go. There they go.
They find it?
Yep, there they are. Saw a couple go in there.
And come out. And go in. And come out.
There they go.
And they'll sit there and start fanning. This is their home. We're home.
There she goes.
Yep. We're starting to find it. All right, if you want to hold the GoPro, I'm going to attempt to set this up on this ladder without getting stung and without a bunch of hate from the bees. You notice they're coming right with the box and me. And you notice there's no handles on this box?
Do you need some assistance? You got it? There you go. Going on in.
Now hopefully one of those breezes of wind don't blow it.
Yeah, they're really clustering up.
Are they clustering now?
Yeah.
Awesome. See, now they knew they were supposed to be up near here, so that should help us out. So, just gonna let it sit there and see what happens. Here at this tiny swarm capture, mainly because it's 30 miles away from my house. Otherwise I would have just left the box and came back after dark and picked it up. as you can see here, there's not many bees. So hopefully they decide here very soon to go in, but a few will go in and a few will come out and a few will go in. So waiting on the last few to head in so I can make the 30-mile trek. I never saw a queen. Of course, I set that branch down on the nuke, and they went in really quick. So could have been on there and went down. I didn't. We opened up the box one time after that. I didn't see her anywhere, and there's not that many bees. It's probably a good, maybe softball size, small swarm. Could be remnants from the swarm yesterday. Not real sure. I guess time will tell. And we'll just take it from there. So we'll see you guys soon. Good morning, everyone. So just a quick update. When I got home last night with that little very tiny swarm, turns out it wasn't a swarm at all. I mean, technically it was a cluster, but I believe that may have been some foragers from, the big swarm that we caught the day prior. The reason I say that is there was no queen in the cluster. There was no queen in the box. So what I did is merged it with the other colony. Basically all I did was shake out the box. There's a few residual bees, but just shook out the box, or into the box. And then this is the colony here. So got one on my head here. Hold on. Come on, girl. There you go. All right, so, and then I just propped the box up, the empty box up in front of the entrance, which I'm gonna do again right now, just because there's a few straggler bees in here. Sorry for the view, guys. I just took the box and propped it up on its, like that, empty though, and they walked right into the hive. So let me give you an update on that swarm. I did open it up today because I took a piece of drawn comb, which that big hive did not have. I call it a big hive, the big swarm, I guess, from Lake Carolina, and the Queen Peyton hive. I've already watered them, fed them this morning. So they're, hold on, let me grab my veil. They're trying to bump me a little bit here, which it don't bother me really, but if you don't have to get stung, no need to get stung, right? All right, so I've got my veil on just to keep them from bumping off my head. It's a little aggravating when you're trying to speak and do a video. So I'll give you a peek inside the hive. It's a full 4-framer in a 5-frame box. They didn't have any drawn comb. Well, they actually did have some of my Max Wax, some of the Max Wax acorn plastic foundation that I got from Blythewood Bee Company. They had actually started coating that already, and they were festooning. So I had basically put that drawn comb right in the middle. Not basically, that's what I did. And one issue, they do like to festoon up on this edge. I might have to come up with a new solution for this here. Let's see if I can move them a bit, but can definitely feel the warmth coming out of there. Got plenty of sugar syrup in there, so they don't really have to go. They got pollen patty, which that's actually folded in half, and they're eating from both sides, so I can fold it a couple times. But they're definitely working in there, and it's pretty exciting. I got about 3 or 4 bees on my hand right now while I'm holding the GoPro. But They are going to town today. It's a little overcast. They got some flightiness going on. So let me just close that back up. So we did move the. Hey girl, good morning. You can say hi to everybody? Just chilling out on me? Yep, I know. So we just merged that together. I'll give you an update real quick on the, this is the Eastover hive. I haven't been in here yet this morning, so I'm gonna have to put some syrup on it in a minute. This is actually the second half of pollen patty here. The first half they've already consumed. This is the last little bit of remnants. This also too has a about 4 frames. Okay, you're just gonna jump on me? I can feel the heat really coming out of there, guys. Set that over here to the side. This was a pretty neat little idea that I did for this feeder. I just took the bottom of a milk carton. That one I think was actually distilled water. And I cut the bottom off, put some pine straw in there, and just cut a little slot to help them get in. They seem to like it pretty well. They like this little thing better, the short one. The problem is it just doesn't hold that much syrup. Let's see what we got in here. We'll do a hive inspection real quick. Let me get to the back of it. But you can see the cluster is on the 4 center frames, both sides. Let me see if I can get us set up here where we can see well. Probably can't. Feeder ring, nope, that's gonna put us too high. All right, we'll figure it out. There shouldn't be anything on these ends, so it should make it pretty simple. I haven't seen queen in here yet. All right, so on this end, oh, we got a little bit of comb drawn on the end. Just a little bits of nub they're drawing out here. That's good. We'll set that one over to the side. Highly doubt the queen would be on this. But I guess it's possible. Just gonna lean that right on the side of the box here. This was a piece of drawn comb, old piece of comb that I got from my mentor. Now, people were talking about the syrup, and I'm going to show you something. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to set this over here and try to show you as I grab this. Hopefully, man, the heat coming out of here is incredible. They have this thing slam full of sugar syrup on both sides. This thing probably weighs 10 pounds if it weighs an ounce. A little bit of fresh wax where they've widened the comb out a little bit on this one. See if I can just spot Her Majesty in here. Probably can't. I don't even know if you can see me. Alright, so that's just syrup. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking for her because honestly, at this point it doesn't matter to me if I see her. I really just want this to, so I'm going to slide this over out of the way. And let's go to the next frame. Really, this is one of the, this is a tree swarm hive. Let's see what we got in the middle here. Some festooning going on. Not much, little bit of comb. See the little bit of comb on here. Again, they're, I don't see any It's definitely worker cell comb. I don't see much anything going in here right now. Just building it out, a little bit of nectar. Alright, I hear you. They're really not loud. I am kind of disturbing the heck out of them. Now this one here had a little bit of comb on it. That. Make sure I'm not going to squish one here. Grab this. Yes, I know, ladies. Look at that. Can't tell me that's not new wax. Again, lots of stores. And again, I'm not spending a lot of time looking for her, so I'm just gonna put this back in. I know, baby girls. I know. This was a frame that I pulled out of that very old hive that I had, and that I purchased, and they are starting to draw some plastic or foundation on this plastic right here. Really nothing to speak of on that. Let me just put this right back, and we're gonna get them back together here in the same order we had them. Gonna try to get them lined up, buddy. So we're gonna do an inspection on the Queen Elizabeth hive. That was Queen Victoria right there. The Queen Victoria hive's doing good. The new swarm is doing well. Let's see what we're doing on Queen Elizabeth, it was the smallest swarm that we captured. So I'm gonna try to do this. Hopefully you guys, I'll try to lift it up where you guys can see better. This has probably 1 to 2 frames is it. A little bit smaller one. This was actually the easiest one that I caught because they just walked right up in the box and no problems. Of course, they'll probably be the ones that zapped me this morning, but you know, it is what it is. They too have pretty much demolished that pollen patty. There's a little bit of remnants on there, so I'll just let them clean that up. But they're doing pretty good here. Let's see what we got. See if I can get down here and maybe you guys can see me. See if maybe you can see me right there. If I don't fall over because this hill's slanted. All right, so first things first. Nothing on that end. Oh, little propolis action or preachment. All right, girls, I got you. I understand. You don't like it. All right, a little bit of comb being drawn out right there, right in this area. Really can't see any evidence of anything happening. There's a drone, a couple drones in there. It's good. We're gonna move that. All right, so let's see how we're doing on this one. This is the one that's got the majority of the bees on it. And it was an old piece of comb, or it was an old frame with some comb on it. And I'll probably get zapped here. It's a little testy. It's like they got it attached. Nope, they're festooning. what we got here. Alright, get off my hand. Very, very heavy frame, guys. Very heavy frame. Full of syrup. They've widened the comb out a bit. Very, very heavy frame. They've got stores for sure to work. A couple drones. Oh, really haven't seen the queen, but she's in here somewhere. So we'll just move them over so they're at home. Looks like they're building a little bit of new comb on here. Kind of built that piece of comb a little weird right there. It's going the wrong direction. It goes all the way around. So they turned a piece of bridge comb there into something. This was an old piece of frame that I had in my other old hive that they cleaned all up, and really not much happening on this one. They're drawing a little wax on it, so we'll give them that one. All right, so let's put that one back in. They're really starting to not like me this morning. So let's just shove these two down. Put this back in for them. Keep them all. Get them as happy as possible here. They'll really be happy when I get out of their space, right? All right, everybody's smushed together, ready to go. Let's put them some food back on. It's a little. There's some syrup still in here. I'll have to get another piece of pollen patty later. Alright. Put this lid back on, guys. Put the lid back on and we'll be in and out of here. Alright. So, swarm hives look good. So, I guess I can't really consider last night's, even though it was a swarm, it was a cluster, it was a remnant from the Queen Peyton hive from Lake Carolina. So I'm gonna have to say that those were her followers because they're all in her house now. And we just merged them together, which is good because when I started this, I had several boxes built, as you guys have seen in my videos, but they're filling up fast, guys. I've got 3 swarms this past week. I've got the trap out going down in, let me take this off. I got the trap out going down at the tree, which I'm gonna go to Blythewood Bee Company today and probably get some bee gone and try to force abscond them out of the comb and see what happens. But as of now, morning chores pretty much done. I just got to make up some sugar syrup, make sure they're topped off and ready to go. So got a little girl in my back of my hair here, and all right, I don't even have that much hair. They just like to land on this little thing on the back of my head, I guess. But yeah, so that's the update. So we got 3 swarms doing well. And I'm excited about it. I'm hoping, my hopes are that the Lake Carolina hive will build up to where I can replace that 5 frame with the 10 frame down there, or at least 9 frames with a frame feeder in it. And they're definitely the biggest colony that I have. And then This is the second biggest colony, the Queen Victoria hive. And then Queen Elizabeth is the smallest of the three. So, is what it is, but you know, that's what we're gonna do. So, anyway, so I brought you along for the swarm. I appreciate you guys following us. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll bring you content as quick as I can. Thank you for watching. Please enjoy it, and we'll see you later.